Hey everyone, we're live. We're back here in the Reptile Room. How's everybody today? Hope you're all doing splendid. We are going to talk a little bit. I'm sure you saw the thumbnail and the comment. Let's talk about escapes. Well, last week we did have an escape, and it just reminds me of a story I'd like to pass on about a couple of other fun escapes. And the thumbnail being of Caboose here, who is the master escape artist. So, yeah, we'll get into that here in just a second. But if you're first time here, consider subscribing. My name's Joe. This is the Reptile Room. Got some snakes, lizards, turtles. Got all kinds of stuff. Actually, Ronnie's in the back here just digging around. We'll also possibly talk about some future upgrades if we can get this video a bunch of likes. So if you're here, click like and yeah, be awesome. So, hey, Rocky Mountain, how's it going? I hope you guys liked last week's live, right? Tongue twisters. I hope you guys enjoyed last week's video just in the enclosure of the basilisk because I kind of want to do that for more more enclosures in the room. So, if you don't have that specific animal, you could pull up one of my videos and just stream it on your wall and pretend like you have them. Pretty cool. So I thought it was really neat. I actually did that upstairs, didn't turn on a single TV channel all day. It was great. All right, well, I want to talk about Caboose escaping. It was a little bit stressful. Um, I was, this was probably, geez, more than 10 years ago. I think it was closer to 15 years ago. That's about how long I've had Caboose here. Sorry, Ronnie's distracting. So that's about how long I've had Caboose, like 15 years. So this is what got me into the hobby. I started off with, a 20-gallon tank and whatnot. It had the little screen clips that held it on, and Caboose pushed right through that. Didn't even slow it down. So I redid that enclosure and just started, or, that tank. I just put some weights on top of it to keep it down after that. Luckily, I was in the room at the time. The time that stressed me out the most, um, I had fed, and then Caboose had vanished. Now, I had built a huge plywood enclosure, had screen front, and I guess Caboose had just bulldozed her way through, which it was not a huge animal at the time, but snakes are really strong and they're escape artists. No matter what you do, they're going to find a way if they can. So Caboose was out for 3 weeks before I found Caboose. So that was very stressful. And I found Caboose the day before I was leaving for a 2-week vacation. So it was a long couple of weeks for me trying to find the snake and look around the apartment, which I was renting at the time. Don't tell my landlord. Um, so that was hilarious. I actually did leave some rodents out in one of the rooms, hoping that I could attract, Caboose out from hiding with the scent of a rodent. And well, it didn't work. I did that a couple of times, and it didn't work any of the times. I just happened to be opening a closet door and noticed a box sitting slightly askew, and I moved it, and there was Caboose, and I was just couldn't be more relieved to find that animal right before I was packing and leaving for a couple of weeks. So, um, the leopard geckos, Aruba, I ended up putting Aruba back in there the other day, and I'm going to put some screen that I have over top of those gaps. And, the other animals, the other two leopard geckos in there are just too thick. They can't fit through it. Should, I believe that it was just about a half-inch gap. So Aruba definitely squeezed her way through there, which was not what I was expecting, but I didn't design these. We didn't design these enclosures with the smaller lizards in mind, which was you know, I guess hindsight, I should have planned for everything, but I really planned for the snakes. And, you know, that's why when you keep any animals, you really need to make sure that you're closing them up. You see, I got a couple comments here. Oh yeah, escapes are, you know, everybody has an escape story. You should send it to me, and maybe I can make that a feature. We could talk about it or something. I don't know, but oh, you know, you can always, when we're able to get out and stop by again. People are, you know, I don't have anything. Nothing has escaped now, except for the leopard gecko. But you know, once you figure out how they're getting out, it's just about deterrence. And if you put enough stuff in the enclosure, sometimes they won't want to escape, which is kind of nice, but I wouldn't count on it. If they find a way to escape, they're gonna do it. They're gonna exploit it every single time. So um, let's go ahead. I wanna jump ahead a little bit and talk about some plans that I have for the channel. And if you go to there we go. If you go check out my Patreon, which you see down there on the screen, just changed, you can become a patron and consider becoming a patron anyway. $5, it would really help out. But the one thing that I want to do for Patreon members is do maybe a coloring book or a coloring page per month where you can go there, and as long as you're a member, you can download it and you can color it, send it back to me, and we'll do, you know, maybe if you win and I get some stickers made, I'll send you a sticker. Consider that. It's something I've been thinking about. I do have some other stuff coming down the pipeline as far as a little bit of branding. I just cleaned that water up, Ronnie, and he's just throwing dirt all in that pond. Never fails. But anyway, yeah, check out the Patreon because I'll probably offer up another tier as well that could have, you know, a much larger thing that we would do and send you guys, you know, as merch comes out. If you're interested in some shirts and stuff, I want to, you know, get into adding that stuff. You know, if you're interested in that, let me know. Drop a comment, you know, let me know. But let's talk about other future upgrades. So we've already done the Sudan plated lizard and the leopard gecko enclosure, which you've seen. And this week's video is going to be on the basilisk enclosure. And I can't wait until you see it. That's why we're facing over here mostly, because I would really, really like to show you guys, but I don't want to spoil the video. I really think you'll enjoy it. So after the basilisk, we'll have to spin around here and look at Ronnie's enclosure in just a minute, but I was able to get a giant bird of paradise plant, which I'll show you here in just a second. And I want to redo his enclosure, Ronnie's, the rhino iguana's enclosure, so that we can have two big bird of paradise bushes in there, really make it look like more rocky tropical terrain that maybe he was used to if he was in nature ever at some point. Yeah, so I mean, I want to show you the plant. At the same time, I don't want to turn around and show you because, you know, that's a whole video in itself. It's so difficult. So I guess we'll just stay over here for now. So hopefully you guys are willing to have some patience with me on the next couple of weeks. I've got a lot of videos I'm filming coming up over this weekend, and into next week is when we're going to really dive into Ronnie's. So definitely stay tuned. Subscribe if you aren't subscribed. Like the videos. Like this. I still don't see any likes on this. So like all the videos, and if you want to share them around, that's fantastic. I've picked up quite a few subscribers here recently, so thank you to all the new subscribers. I really appreciate it. You can go over and check out the Patreon, follow me on Instagram. All those links are down below, blah, blah, blah. Let's see what Rocky's got here. Oh, so if you aren't looking at the live stream comments here, the Rocky Mountain spiders, what the heck? You had a 10.5-inch giant spider Loose in your house for 7 days? No, 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 no. I don't know. I don't have any other words. I don't know that I could be okay with trying to hunt that down. I would love to know how you found it and maybe, tried to not surprise it or it surprised you. That would scare me half to death. I know that there are a couple of things in the basilisk video coming up where I'm moving around a little bit too quick and the basilisk females come over and scare the crap out of me because they blend in so well. And then the big male, of course, he took a pot shot at my hand because I was trying to move him. But yeah, it's always funny when you get caught off guard by your animals, as long as you have a camera. Yeah, you would always think it would be easy to find a giant animal, right? Yeah, caboose was like 4 feet long at the time, and a solid 4 or 5 inches. Well, not 5 inches around, but yeah, no, it is super easy to lose an animal. Actually, my dad had a red tail boa, and give you a little early glimpse here. Maybe I will talk to him about this on the channel at some point, but he had an 8 foot red tail boa that escaped and couldn't find it for months in their house. I mean, that's an 8 foot animal. Um, how? How? I have not experienced that, nor do I want to experience that. So I don't even know what you would do with that. It was just there on the floor. And that's how it always happens. You just happen to look over and see it, and you're like, oh, geez, there it is. Except it's not oh, geez, usually, it's bleep. But we gotta be nice here on YouTube. So yeah, guys, let me know if you want to see some cool Patreon stuff. Just go check out Patreon. You'll be able to message me there and ask some more detailed stuff as well. I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping this live stream up because I have a lot of other plans coming on. Jeez. Yeah, these stories over here. If you aren't reading those, you've got to see the chat here. But yeah, I'm going to keep it a little bit shorter because I have some work to do and prepping with some other videos coming up. But I did finally get a little bit cleaner in here, except next week. Excuse me, next week I'm going to be doing Ronnie's enclosure, and all bets are off at that point. It is not going to be clean. That's probably going to be a two-parter, so apologies ahead of time. Either that, or if you're up for watching probably a 45-minute video, maybe I'll post one 45-minute video if we can get a lot of likes on the Basilisk and a lot of watch time on the Basilisk video that's coming out Saturday. So thanks again to all the subscribers. Consider subscribing. Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/the Reptile Room #1. Think about becoming a member. Let's get it going a little bit. It all helps. And then consider following me on. Geez, blanked out. Consider it's on the screen here. Consider following me on Instagram. It's at Herpesaurus Rex. I've been slacking a little bit here, but I promise you a whole lot of stuff's going to come up over the next couple of days. It's just a lot of things were spoilers, and I didn't exactly plan ahead for that. Yeah, new home. It'll just be a big updated. Hopefully, it'll mean almost more levels, and I don't want to get into it and give away too much. But yeah, hopefully some more stuff will be coming down the pipeline here soon, and I can't wait to share it all with you guys. So if you're new, my name's Joe. This has been the Reptile Room, and can't wait to see you guys on the next video. All right, guys, we'll see you next time.